guys, what up? It's Dan from AutoMotivationZ here with another car review. This time we have a 2021 BMW X1. This is from where I'm getting my car serviced at Motorworks BMW in Bloomington. There's nothing wrong with the X3M Competition, just regular scheduled maintenance. So for this 2021 X1, so this is finished off in a black color, and we'll go outside in a second and I'll show you what the color looks like. Similar to my car, if you've seen mine. I will put that in the cards up top there. So this car finished off in black. I was very surprised when I first got into this. I thought, oh my gosh, I don't want to drive this at all. It's not a terrible car, but it's not something that I'm used to more sporty cars, and this is not a sporty car. It was pleasantly surprising though, the peppiness of the engine, the 4-cylinder. So this comes with a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine. Very peppy. I was actually impressed. I had to merge to get into some traffic, and it actually held its own quite well. So it has 228 horsepower stock, and it has 258 pound-feet of torque. So it's not terrible. You know, I mean, it does have a 0 to 60 in 6.3 seconds, which might sound like a lot, but it's not terrible. So if you're buying this car and you're trying to get from point A to point B and you need just a little bit of space, it might be a good car for you. I didn't enjoy it just because the seats, and we'll get into the interior and exterior, but the seats don't really have any bolstering in them, so it's just kind of a flat back. It doesn't really hold you very well. And then just the features in general, I didn't really like as much. So we already covered the 0 to 60. The quarter mile time is 14.1 seconds. Now, that might sound like a lot, or it might not sound like a lot. I was actually surprised with that as well, that this car could do that in that amount of time. Considering probably 10, 15, 20 years ago, you'd have to get a sports car to get into that range. My STI even was fairly close to that. So it's not slow by any means, but it's not fast by any means either. The fuel economy for this, you're gonna get 24 city, 33 highway. That's pretty good gas mileage. My X3M gets 20 mixed, so I mean, that's not terrible. You're gonna have a 16.1 gallon gas tank, which is pretty standard for this size of car. And you can expect to go about 386 to 531 miles, depending on, you know, what kind of driving you're doing. If you're in sport mode, eco mode, things like that. And we'll go through all the modes here in just a little bit. Premium is recommended in this because it is a turbo and it does have higher compression. So they do recommend premium. I would say definitely get premium. Trunk space, you're gonna have 27 cubic feet with the seats up, and you're gonna have 59 with the seats folded down. The wheels are gonna be an 18 by 7.5. I was trying to find online what style wheels these are, but I couldn't find them. But we'll go out here real quick and just show them. But these are gonna be the rims that it comes standard with. They don't look terrible. They're on a 225/50 R18, and it comes standard with these, so. Nice looking. They got the black lug nuts on them. Can't complain with that. Here's a picture of the, you know, outside of the car. Very small, kind of sloped back SUV. Here's the back end. We're not going to do any revs just because it doesn't really sound too impressive. You got the rear wiper. You do have the rear camera right up here. This is the iDrive 28i, so this is going to be all-wheel drive. Walk around to the front. You do have the BMW on the light, but these are not LED, I believe. And I'll edit that in if that's not true or not. And then you get the chrome grille. Now you will notice that they have a pass-through going through here, and very odd to see that on just a regular one. You wouldn't think that they would need to do that, but they do. Cool off the brakes, and then they come in through here, and then that exits out through there. Very cool feature. We do have the turn signals in the mirrors here, and we do have the panoramic sunroof, which I have in mind, and I just found out I just found out yesterday that you can actually open it up. Now you might say, that sounds pretty stupid. Of course you can open it up. Well, I'm pretty stupid and I didn't know that. So you go like that and you go like that and it opens up. And you'll see up here, we got it open, nice open. We'll close it again just because it's not really that warm out today. It's 28 degrees out when I'm filming this. Okay, so we'll go through some of the inside of the car now. Here's the dash. The dash is pretty standard. It does have the speed warning, which is nice. It tells you what the speed limit is in the area that you're in. You're gonna have your gauges on the steering wheel. So you got your cruise control right here, then resume or cancel, up or down, and then setting the speed. You got your mode, which we do not have heads up display, which would be right there. But if you had heads up display, you could change your mode, and basically it changes on the radio what you're looking for. We do not have a CD player in here. I thought that was kind of weird. I have one in mine. I know people are gonna say, hey, why do you still listen to CDs? I have them as backup. I'm lazy. I haven't even transferred my music from my phone over to the new YouTube Music. I just don't. I really don't care. I have a USB stick that I listen to my music off of, and that's pretty much what I've listened to for the last, I don't even know how many years. We're gonna have the iDrive, the safety features right here, and if you press that button, it'll come up. And this was turned off just from the driver profile. We're gonna have the automatic portion for headlights, or you can turn them off, or just have the, what I call them, the pimp lights on. This doesn't have any other features, so you're not gonna see anything there. Pretty standard switch gear on the door. So you got your mirror right here, left, right. You can change either of those. You can fold the mirrors in if you want to. So if I do that, the mirrors fold in. I hit it again, the mirrors fold out. It's kind of cool, like if you're in a car wash or something like that. And then your mirror button. So you can either lock all your mirrors, or you can lock all your windows. What else do we have in here? This shifter was not really the easiest to realize what I was supposed to do. I mean, it does tell you, and it is pretty close to what I have right now, but you have to put your foot on the brake, and then there's this button right here to unlock it, and that'll go, you can either go into reverse, which brings up the reverse camera. You can go back to neutral or down to drive, and then left for your manual shifting modes, and then press that button for park, and you're good. Now this is going to come with iDrive 7 because it's 2021. It's very similar to what I have right now. The scroll wheel is a little bit smaller than what I have, but it's decent. And then we have the parking brake right there. Now going through this, very small, you guys. To give you an idea of how big this is, I'm going to put my phone in there. It doesn't even fit my phone in there. So very small cubby there. Not meant for very big things. There's some change in there, 4 cents. And then you can open this up to a bigger cubby, which once again, barely fits my phone in there. So you can see the type of space that you have in here. You do have a USB Type-C right there. And it is a charging one. So if you're going to charge your phone or anything like that, you can definitely do that. Now going over to the speakers, regular speakers. We don't even have Harman Kardon in this, which is fine and that's okay, but not a fan. They sound okay, but obviously you can't hear it during the video. We have the very nice piano black going all the way basically across the whole car, and then you can't see it, but it does have the accent lighting right here where you can change the colors to different colors like I have in mine. You can do green, you can do orange, you know, things like that. Obviously we can't see that now because of it's daytime. Going through, I'm gonna go sit in the back seat now, and I'll show you the position for me is all the way where I would drive in the back. You'll have to forgive my phone making the coin noises. I'm not dropping coins. So getting into the back, actually unlock it, and we'll just put the, you never know, it's a different car. Put the window down just in case. Got a scraper back here because it's winter time. And this is the type of space we're working with here, you guys, and not very much space. I can fit in here, but I'm touching the seat right now. Now, a lot of space up here. I have a lot of space. Definitely livable back here, but I wouldn't want to go on anything very far. We do have 2 charge ports down there with another 2 vents. I do like the map pockets here. Now, you could fit maybe a glass of water and a Twinkie in back here. You don't have very much space, you guys. It is cramped quarters back here, but it's supposed to be like that. It's a small SUV. We'll go back, we'll get out, hopefully. Oh, jeez. Not the easiest to get out of. And then we will open the back hatch. And notice it's got the little pad here that I didn't get in mine, which is fine. I didn't need it. I don't really want it, but it is there. And then you got your under here. Now, this one doesn't look like it has the spare tire, obviously, because it's a rental, but you can get these with the spare tire in there or not, just depending on what you like. But then you just hit this button right here and it locks. Shut out the exhaust again. It's got these double wall, really thick pipes on this. And of course, you got the rear wiper back here. And then the sunroof, you can see the holes up here where the sunroof goes into. Very nice. You know, when I first got my car, I thought that we don't have auto up on the windows either. When I first got my car, that's what I thought it was like. I thought you could only open the sunroof. I'm glad that's not true, but you never know when you get a car. I didn't really test it during the test drive because I didn't really care. But you know, when you start driving a car, you start to kind of notice these things. I will point out another thing. That is right here. We got the home link. One more thing, I forgot to do the engine. Shame on me. 2 times for BMW. We'll pop the old engine here. It says engine compartment hot, be careful. I think I know that. This is the engine right here. And even a stretch power brace in this is kind of, look at that. I didn't think that would happen. The tasteful engine cover, twin power turbo, like I had mentioned before, the 2-liter turbo. Looks like we had a mouse or something in here. Eating some sunflower seeds. That's always nice. You never know where these cars go. You got to do that with 2 hands, otherwise it won't close right. I learned that in my car. We got the BMW on the sill plate there. You got 1 and 2 for your seats. You can set it wherever you want. Up, down, left, right, wherever you want to go. Let's hear the exhaust. There, we'll set seat 1 as this. Sorry guys, the seat kept moving. And then we'll look down here. We got the very small pocket down here for the for your water bottles. I have just a regular water in there. A little cubby for your keys. Little tiny cubby down here, like I have in mine, but mine's a little bit bigger, so I can put my sunglasses in it. But yeah, here's the steering wheel again. Just a regular standard steering wheel. It's not heated. It does have heated seats, but it does not have ventilated seats. And this is a base model. This is the 28i, so I would expect to see something less like that in here. So guys, I appreciate all your subscriptions. I appreciate all your comments. I appreciate all your likes, all your dislikes. If you could please subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to grow the channel. I'm really trying to get out there and get the content that you guys like to see. So if you like this, let me know. If you don't like it, also let me know. Alright guys, I'm going to take you for a ride in the X1 just to kind of show you what's up, how it drives, my driving impressions, things like that. Put it in the drive and we're off. Like I said, it's not going to win any records, but it's not terribly slow. And the driving feel is very good. Very impressed with this. As soon as you touch the steering wheel, it's moving. So like I mentioned before, this has 228 horsepower, 256 pound-feet of torque. And I mean, it's not slow, which is very surprising. I thought this was going to be a slow car when I got into it, just because it's a regular X1. I had never even been in an X1 before, so I didn't really know what I was gonna get myself into. But driving feel, it's not bad. The seats, but you know, like I mentioned before, the seats are, oof, they're not great. And you know, you hate to see trash on the side of the road like that. You know, somebody bought a TV. I don't know if you caught that in there and through the empty box out here. I don't appreciate when people are littering just because of the fact that just throw it away. Don't be a lazy pile. You know, you can throw a garbage or a TV box away when you have your garbage pickup. Not a hard thing to do. So initial impressions, it's kind of a firm ride. I'm used to that in my X3M, but this is a little on the firmer side than I would think getting a normal X1. The driving feels great. The seats are not very comfortable. Granted, I'm not taking this on a long drive, just back to my house, which isn't very far away. But yeah, it's not comfortable, but it does hold my back very well. Now guys, the reason why I haven't been posting that much lately, I hurt my back when I went to Barrett-Jackson. I don't know what I did. I woke up and my back hurt, but I've been to the chiropractor for about a month now and still not 100% yet. So trying to get out content for you guys, but it's been difficult the past couple of weeks just because of that fact. You know, there's good days and bad days. Today was a good day, which is good. So Not 100% yet, but I'll be back out there pretty soon. I did want to mention that something I forgot to mention in the clip about the car is that BMW now gives out 3-year, 36,000 mile complimentary maintenance, which is very nice. So you get your first 3 oil changes basically, and your brake and oil change if you're buying it new, like 1,000 miles. The reason why this is nice, and I found this out today, is that I would have had to spend $1,700 today. 20,000 mile checkup. You get spark plugs, you get the cabin air filter, and you get oil change. And that alone would have been 1,700 bucks. So I'm glad that the person before me bought the maintenance package. I usually don't, but you get it standard with the car, so that's kind of nice. It kind of makes you think maybe I should buy that when the warranty's up, but who knows. So you get that standard. It has a very, very generous warranty period. I think it's 4 years, 50,000 miles, which is, well, I mean, that's pretty standard now these days. And then a limited powertrain warranty of, I think, 5 years, 70,000 miles, something close to that. But yeah, I mean, that was my driving impressions of the car. I mean, it's not, like I said, it's not something that is gonna knock your socks off, but it does handle decent. It looks okay, other than the exhaust pipes. I didn't really like those, but yeah, that's just my personal preference. And we'll get some more clips here when I go to the dealership and hand this back in and get back into my normal hotness. So take it easy, guys. See you later. Bye. We're in the X1. We're going to get my car right now. They just called. They said it was done. Fairly long time. They were changing the spark plugs. They were changing the cabin air filter and doing an oil change. So, I mean, it took a decent amount of time. I dropped it off at 7. They called me at 2. Well, that's not terrible. One thing I'm a little disappointed about is the fact that I got charged $20 for the loaner. Audi was free. I never had to pay for one. Driving impressions on the highway, it drives really nice. You know, it's comfortable, but it's also like the seats are not very, like I mentioned before, the seats are just garbage in this. I hate these seats. I really don't like them. You're just sliding all around on corners and stuff like this. It's tough. I mean, if you were going to do any sort of spirited driving in this car, don't. Because it's just, these seats don't hold you very well. Now, the M Sport seats that you can get for this car, I would definitely get that package, because, and I'll edit how much that is in the description, but wow, I mean, these seats, you guys, are just not, they're not good. I mean, I just really don't like them. It makes a cheap car feel even more cheap, and some of the dash appointments are also cheap, like the side pockets for where you put your cup are relatively cheap. They look like they came out of like Dollar Tree or something like that. What else? So the speakers, oddly enough, surprised me in this car. So it was something that I turned it up, obviously, when I didn't have the camera on, and actually surprised me. I mean, you know, it sounds good. It doesn't sound terrible. I gotta be careful because there's a cop behind me. So, I mean, it's not bad. I don't want to say it's bad, but it's not great either. The radio feels kind of cheap, even though it's the same 8.8 inch display that I have on mine. Yeah, you'll see the state trooper here in a second. Gotta back the boys in blue, right? So, my thoughts of this car, would I buy one? Definitely not. That is a resounding no. I would not buy this car. The price is cheap enough. It starts out at $38K, I believe, $35K for the front wheel drive, and then they have 36K for the all-wheel drive. And what Car and Driver said is absolutely 100% spot on. Save the money for the, you know, the all-wheel drive and get the M Sport seats in this. I would rather have better seats than all-wheel drive in this car, to be honest. Front-wheel drive is just fine, I think, in my experience with front-wheel drive cars. Haven't had any issues at all. But I would not recommend buying this car without the M Sport seats in it. Now, if you had the M Sport seats, it could be a different story, but it is underpowered in my mind. Even though, you know, I said, yeah, it has decent get up and go, it does. But I am into performance cars. This would not keep up with that. So I'm gonna go to the dealership. I'll be there in probably 10 minutes or so. Alright guys, just about there to the dealership. Pull in, we'll show you what it looks like, and then we will be off in the X3M, which is nice because I like speed and I like going fast. And this car does not go very fast. Here we are, Motorworks BMW. Thanks for watching, guys. Take it easy. Bye.